Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Baker, my district's a very rural district in central Illinois. It's a district that includes many acres of agricultural land and large real estate tracts. And we've seen that unmanned aerial vehicles are easily utilized to help not only on the production side of the agricultural sector, but also on the real estate side to ensure that properties can be shown effectively. Since they're very large, it's very difficult for an individual to go walk the entire acreage of some of the tracts of land. So I'm concerned about what I think is the FAA's somewhat slow activity in the rulemaking process. There's obviously a growing demand. All you had to do was hear the stories from the Christmas season about UAVs and how they were popular gifts. I didn't get one, so I hope maybe you did. But what's the status of the FAA's efforts to put a risk-based certification system in place for UASs?
There's, again, various activities that are ongoing. If we're looking for an actual certification of it, I think we've got a good AC, and we've already shown that we could certify them in restricted category and would like to continue on in that vein. But we're also issuing the exemptions, as Gerald mentioned, the Section 333 of the last reauthorization, to allow people to start to use these in areas where they can mitigate the possible damage to people and property. So I think that we have ways to accommodate many of the things that you're talking about now. And we'll move on to make sure that we provide more and more opportunities in the future.
Well, you've granted 333 exemptions so far?
No, the Section 333 of the last reauthorization bill.
Okay, you've granted 13 in Section 333. You granted 13 exemptions so far, right?
I'm not, you might have a better number than I, but we knew we weren't doing a very good job at getting them out the door. And so just last week, we pulled a group together and assured that they had everybody that needs to be involved in establishing the mitigations that are necessary to ensure that we can do this safely and put them in one room so that we can get these out as quickly as possible. So they're building templates. What had happened before was that there was offices that were remote from each other, and just the sheer need to send emails and stuff back and forth was causing delays. And so, we got everybody in one room, the attorneys, the engineers, the inspectors, everybody at one place so that we could churn up the volume. So I would hope that in a week or two, you'll see a lot more coming out of our doors. We have a 120-day metric that we want to assure that we beat by quite a bit. And to do that, we have this group of people that are solely focused on just issuing those exemptions.
I mean, I hope they're still not locked in the room right now.
Almost. So we bring them in pizza.
I mean, we have 13 that have been granted. How many do you estimate have been requested? Exemptions have been requested?
I don't know what the count is now, but we're anticipating hundreds.
In the hundreds? Okay. And Canada has granted thousands of exemptions. And maybe we just have some concerns over... we look to UAVs as part of our flying, part of our aviation sector for years to come, and there's got to be a way for us to be much more receptive to the newness and much more receptive to ensuring that they don't provide any opportunity for incursions in and around our airports. It's just simple rulemaking and simple procedures. We ought not to, in my opinion, look to the future with exemptions and more so look at how do we implement them into our existing system. I would urge the FAA to do that. And as you know, as you come in front of this committee often, I'll probably be asking you more. Are there any performance measures? You mentioned 120 days for the group now that you've gotten together, locked in the room. And you expect that to actually be done before 120 days for all of the hundreds of applications?
We have a metric for all exemptions to get them out within 120 days. That's regardless of whether it's on UAS or other things. So what we're trying to do is to reduce the amount of time that it takes to get the UAS exemptions out because of sheer volume. So again, if we can get templates, people can see what others are granted and make theirs as similar to the request as one that was already granted, that'll expedite our ability to get them out.
Okay. Well, I look forward to working with you, and just as you offered to keep my colleague, Mr. Lipinski, up to date on Part 23, I would actually ask that you also send that to my office, too.
Okay.
All right. And thank you very much for your testimony.